and I can share the silence, finding comfort together the way old friends do. And after fight and words of violence, we make up with each other the way old friends do. Times of joy in times of sorrow, we will always see it through. I don't care what comes tomorrow, we can face it together the way old friends do. I really love together. And now we make up with each other.
You never had an audience again.
All right, that's good.
We will always see it through. Oh, what comes tomorrow, we can face it together the way old friends do. We can face it together the way old friends do.
My heart is low, my heart is so low, as only a woman's heart can be. As only a woman, as only a woman, as only a woman's heart can know. The tears that drip from my bewildered eyes taste of bittersweet romance. You're still in my hopes, you're still on my mind. And even though I manage on my own, my heart is low, my heart is so low, as only a woman's heart can be. As only a woman, as only a woman, as only a woman's heart can know. Restless eyes reveal my troubled soul, and memories flood my weary heart. I mourn for my dream, I mourn for my wasted love. And while I know that I'll survive alone, my heart is low, my heart is so low, and only a woman's heart can be. Only a woman, and only a woman, and only a woman's heart can know. My heart is low, Lord, if only a woman's heart can be. Only a woman, if only a woman, if only a woman's heart can know. My heart is low, my heart is so low. Only a woman's heart can be. Only a woman, only a woman, only a woman's heart can know.
screams and giggles at every little noise. Turns her head a little, turns her head a while, but we know she's only putting on the style. Yeah, putting on the agony, putting on the style. That's what all the young folks are doing all the while. And as I look around me, I sometimes have to smile, seeing all the young folks putting on the style. Picture me in a hot rod car, driving like a smile, thinking now and then for a promise that he makes it roar so loudly just to see his girlfriend smile. But we know he's only putting on the style. Yeah, putting on the agony, putting on the style. That's what all the young folks are doing all the while. And as I look around me, I sometimes have to smile, seeing all the young folks putting on the style. Preacher in the pulpit, roaring loud as mine, sing glory, hallelujah, the people's in a fright. Now you might think it's Satan that's walking down the aisle, but it's only our preacher boy putting on the style. Yeah, putting on the agony, putting on the style. That's what Grant, the singing star of the 50s, will now round off the evening.
My sister, visitors and friends of the Clonmany parish. I understand that there's a lot of people here from overseas that came here and travelled for this reunion. It's a very, very nice event indeed, and to sing an appropriate number for you, I'm going to sing The Hills of Donegal for those that have travelled. God, the pride of all my heart still turns to thee. My cottage home where oft I roamed when I was young and free. Big houses grand in a foreign land cannot compare at all with my cottage bright on a winter's night on the hills of Donegal. Right well I mind in a harvest time one doleful dreary day, when I left on in Donegal to wander far away. Increase the joy of my friends to drown, I bid farewell to all, and from the van I wave my hand to the hills of Donegal, while gazing back through Barry's Gap to the big ship at Florida. I thought no shame nor who could blame, 'twas there I cried my fill. My parents' kind ran in my mind, my friends and comrades all. I heaved a sigh and bid goodbye to the hills of Donegal. Oh, Grandma Cree, I'd long to see my Irish hills again. Old Monkey Strand with glistening stand shine over Crockety. Could I but see each star and tree, each ancient lordly hall, and live where my forefathers lived and died in Donegal. Thank you very much. These are all very good singers, so I'm going to give us a chance now to do the chorus of this. I do the verse and you should do the chorus. So we're going to go ahead now with Curtain in the Kitchen. Street, when I I dressed myself quite gay, and I oiled and frisked my hair up. The captain had no wife, and he had gone a fishing, so he kicked up my life down below stairs in the kitchen. Turr-a-la, turr-a-la-dee, turr-a-la, turr-a-la-dee. With her arms around my waist, she shyly hinted marriage to the golden dreadful lace. Dear Captain Kelly's carriage, as I stood filled with hate and poison he was spitting, when Captain Kelly from the gate marched straight into the kitchen. Turr-a-la-la-la, everybody. I said she did invite me, but she gave a flat denial. Then she did invite me, and I was sent for trial. She said I robbed the house in spite of all her speeching, so I got 6 months hard for me cooking in the kitchen. Turr-a-la-la-la, turr-a-la-la-dee, turr-a-la-la-la, Thank you very much. Now this time there are not very many men here, so I don't know if there's any point in singing this or not. But we'll give it a bash anyway. My signature, they are made in the guy. And they're nobody here when they want to crowd. I'm Paddy McCarthy. Often heard it said by my father and my mother, into the wedding is a making of another. If that be true, I shall give without a bid. With the help of Providence, sure there'll be another wedding, 'cause it's all dear me. Then you'll marry me for pity, 'cause it's so dear me. How will it be if I die an old maid in the garden? I have a sister Jane, and she's not handsome or good looking, scarcely 17 from her father she was taken. Now she's 21 and she has a son and daughter. Here am I, 54, and I've never had enough. It's all dear me. What will it be if I die an old maid in the garden? I can wash and I can cook, I can keep the wee house tidy, rise early in the morning and make the breakfast ready. There's nothing in this wide world would make me half so cheery as a wee fat man. Auntie to call me dearie, and that's all dear me. How will it be if I die an old maid in the garden? Oh, well, I'm away for there's nobody eating, nobody eating to poor Mrs. Pleading. I'm away to my head, we bit together. If I can't get a man, then I surely get a man, 'cause it's all dear me. How will it be if I die an old maid in the garden? Oh, come tinker, oh, come tailor, oh, come soldier, oh, come sailor, come any man at all that will take me frame of favour. next song, I want you to show your appreciation to the lady that made this evening. Who is a genius at that piano. A real genius at that piano. Anybody else wants to get out to dance here? There's plenty of room there, you know. Show back there, tiddles. If you're Irish, come back to the park. There's a welcome there for you. And if your name is Timothy or not, as long as you come from Ireland, there's a welcome on the land. And if you come from the mouths of war, or to Barney's Lake so blue, singing a song and make a fuss. If you know you're one of your Irish, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. Although we're few in number, it's the finest in the land. Of course I have a conductor and I lost his hand to play, with all the fine musicians that you read about today. When it comes to banging the cymbals, banging the horns, they play away. Me candy puffs the iron bassoons, my young pipes to play. Tennessee, children of religion and music was something grand. And credit to old Ireland is back, Namara's band. La-la-la, everybody. Ships of steaming east and west, and her figure was like the wearing of the tree. Oh, I like the Gilligan's daughter, the Gilligan made like tree, and that's enough for any single man. Now I think a chance to learn, I can't do very much harm, for she's the Gilligan's daughter, Mary Ann. She's been on and she's been busy, for fighting kind of crazy. She's hair upon her chest like any man. And no matter where she goes, sure everybody knows that she's Millie Gilligan's daughter, Mary Ann. Millie Gilligan had a farm room at 27 cows, lots of little piggies and an ass. And he told me confidentially the ass that would be mine would be honey joy and Mikey Bunker Man. Oh, I like the Gilligan's daughter, the Gilligan he likes me, and that's enough for any single man. Now I think I'll just play our room, I can't do very much more, for she's making me Gilligan's daughter. She's been down and she's been busy, for fighting kind of crazy. She's hair upon her chest like any man. And no matter where she goes, sure everybody knows that she's making me Gilligan's daughter, Mary Ann. Thank you. As I rode out one evening up in the merry month of May, a mother and her daughter spied along the way. They both sat down together to the milking of their cow, singing a woman I must get married for the As if you're gonna get married, will you tell me who's the man? Oh, the lady she answered, he's William James McCann. I can't but do a tailor, a man to follow the plough, singing a woman I must get married for the humorous only now. I shut up your mouth, you foolish girl, and hold yourself the tongue. enough to get married for the next 10 years to come. But the girl, she shook her shoulders and let the weather cow, singing, I must get married for the years of me now. As if you're gonna get married, will you tell me what you'll do? Boldly she asked if I can do the same as you. I'll be mistress of me dairy, me buttermilk and me cow, singing a woman I must get married for. So now this couple got married and they were well to do. They lived and loved each other as each couple ought to do. But she soon forgot her dairy, her buttermilk and her cow, saying I wish I had never got married, for the humour is on me now. Thank you.
A reunion, such as we have seen here today, can be a time of great emotion. For a few short hours, we have put aside the hustle and bustle of our daily lives in the 90s, and we've become again the jolly bunch of schoolgirls that once we were 40 years ago. As we journey through life, childhood memories become ever more precious, and our earliest school days must surely feature significantly when we cast our minds back to those bygone days of the 50s. Most of us here today became scholars in the old Gaddyduff Girls' School. Evacuated in 1950, our seat of learning became the newly built St. Mary's Hall, where we were to remain for 3 years before the grand reopening of the present school in 1953. In today's enlightened times, it would be inconceivable to have 2 or 3 classes in one room, not to mention the flimsy piece of sacking as the only partition between pupils of varying ages and sexes. So it is to the credit of the dedicated teachers of those years that our education remained uninterrupted. And we are honoured to have with us today one of those exemplary figures, Mrs. Monica Doherty, who taught us all our ABCs, our 5 times tables, joined up writing, and coaxed each and every one of us through the frightening experience of First Confession. To Monica and to her late contemporaries, we are truly indebted. The women we are today, the lives we lead, the careers we follow, bear little resemblance to the quiet country girls of yesteryear. Yet the roots are always with us. From far-flung destinations and foreign countries, we make the annual visit to aged parents and old friends. When fellow exiles meet, their conversation invariably turns to home and kinsfolk. And so, with these thoughts in mind, we, the committee, set out to organise today's event, in the hope of bringing together pals who sat side by side through school days, friends who sang in unison in school concerts and church choirs, those who danced together in the sweets of May under the direction of the late Father Gallagher, those who walked the dark roads with neighbours to October devotions, or rode home on bicycles without lights from the pictures, and perhaps most of all, to bring back to Clonmany those who may have lost touch completely with all they once held dear. On a warm sunny Sunday evening last September, when the Donegal team had been so triumphant in Croke Park, and feelings were running high, Margaret Harkin and Mary Margaret Farn met on O'Connell Bridge. In euphoric mood, they talked of many things before Margaret proposed the possibility of a school reunion. This idea had first been suggested to Margaret by Philomena Doherty. Well, you all know Mary Margaret Farn, so you all know that when she gets the bit between her teeth, there is no stopping her. 1 week later, yours truly was summoned to her bedside, where she lay prostrate with a slip disc and there the plan was relayed to me. Being of a more cautious nature, I urged her to think about it for some time. But in January of this year, it became so obvious to us that as 93 was the 40th anniversary of the school reopening, then this surely was the year for a reunion. The only thing missing was a representative resident in Clonmany, and we did not have far to look before Kathleen Doherty became a willing committee member with us. As a team, we've worked well together, and it has been most rewarding for us to see so many long-lost faces gathered here today. Back in 1953, there were 128 names on the register. In the intervening years, 8 of these girls have gone to their eternal reward. 4 remained in Clonmany, and the rest wandered to all corners of the globe. They took some tracking down, but 99.9% were contacted. Those of you who have travelled from distant countries, in particular Pat Farn from the Bahamas and Patricia Lynch from Alaska, deserve a special mention and word of thanks. Without such enthusiasm from all of you, whether at home or abroad, we could not have made this day possible. And on behalf of all here, we extend warmest greetings to those who could not be with us today, but who nevertheless sent their best wishes to us on this occasion. We would like to thank Brian Harkin and his staff for their excellent attention and cuisine. We thank Father Morris for giving of his time in the busiest week of the year. And last but by no means least, we thank Kathleen for her beautiful rendition of musical arrangements. And we feel a word of praise is in order for those ladies who formed a choir with us, and those who played other roles during the Mass. As we leave here today, let us take with us lively and pleasant memories, laughter and joy, secure in the knowledge that, in spite of 1 or 2 wrinkles, a few spare inches, or the odd grey hair, we are still girls at heart, who find pleasure in one another's company. And as we go our separate ways, let us remember the words of the poet of old. It were a dull old world, methinks, my friend, if we all went just one way. Yet our paths will meet, no doubt, at the end, though they lead us apart today.